we're excited to announce the Go Throw Tour.
Just when you think the offseason's getting boring, something crazy's gotta happen. Well, two things actually. What's up, Disgenerates? I'm Jefferson, half of the disc golf world, and we gotta talk about the proposed rule change for the 2025 disc golf season that could flip everything upside down. But first, remember that potential new tour Swiss was talking about in the last video? Well, it might have just arrived. But first, thanks to everyone supporting over on Patreon. Head over there for more unfiltered disc golf content. If you were one of the many to see this pop up on the GK Productions YouTube, then you were probably just as confused as us. What could this possibly mean? Many thought it was the departure of the GK team from being videographers for the Pro Tour, or possibly the end of the Skin series. Technically, we didn't receive any answers to those questions. Instead, it was the announcement of a couple things according to Luke.
GK Pro is rebranding. We're also announcing a new professional tournament series, and also our media network is expanding.
The main thing seems to be the brand will no longer be referred to as GK Productions. Instead, now it'll be known as Go Throw. Luke then goes on to explain what that means.
GK Pro is now officially Go Throw. This is not just a new look and feel. The Go Throw brand encapsulates everything this community has come to love within disc golf. You, the fans, already know that we're so much more than a YouTube channel.
I understand what Luke is trying to say when he talks about being so much more than a YouTube channel. However, I also know that people at home who've never experienced, well, the experience they bring, have no idea what the hell he's talking about. If you're confused, go check out this podcast episode where Swiss and I talk about the time we worked alongside GK, providing an A-tier better coverage than, honestly, was provided at dgpt events with significantly less resources. Instead, a group of passionate people that didn't care what needed to be done, but would do anything in order to tell a magnificent disc golf story. Because they know that's how you grow this sport, through the storylines and personalities that can guide people's investments into caring to watch the actual coverage. Which, to the average person, let's be real, is boring. I can't even remember the last time I watched post-produced coverage if I'm being real. And GK is so much more than just coverage. They truly are a family and showcase bits and pieces of that. But hopefully that will be highlighted more frequently with this new expansion that was mentioned. You know, the lifestyle side of the sport that so many fans are not only craving, but actively asking for. Honestly though, what got everyone questioning was this announcement of the Go Throw Tour.
With this change in name also comes a big change in what we're doing in 2025. We're excited to announce the Go Throw Tour, a brand new professional disc golf tournament series taking place in 2025. It will have all your favorite touring pros across the best courses in America.
Normally this news is something all of us disc golf fans would be up in arms about because more disc golf is always better. Typically, yes. However, there's been this rumor circulating that the Pro Tour is restricting which events pros can play in. There isn't a lot of information known yet besides these couple paragraphs.
Quick editing. Had to put this in.
highly recommend watching Friday's video if you have no idea what I'm talking about.
I literally have no time to script or put any other way of this in the video, but I wanted to address that Drew Gibson made a video is talking about the clause no longer being a part of it, said this, also made this comment, but we'll probably address that in tomorrow's video. But again, this took 8 hours to edit and I can't not post it. So very small part, but I wanted to clarify that. Sorry, back to the video.
From the video, Luke did say the tour will be featuring our favorite pros, so maybe that won't even be a concern. Of course, that didn't stop people from commenting. Right now, all we know is there's some sort of point series and features the country's best courses. I think this could be absolutely great for the sport. It's something that Swiss and I have been talking about for a while now, but we're just two dudes that no one wants to work with apparently. So I'm going to say this here because I know the Go Throw boys are currently busy in Puerto Rico filming. But guys, imagine if the disc golf world could provide the press conferences, player media, interviews, plus all of our typical videos around these events. Could really blow up this tour with everything you guys already have in store. And I'm only assuming you're bringing skins to each of these places as well. All we ask for is a floor and a bathroom. Like I said, I'll send a text in a week or so, but my line is always open. Which, come on Luke, we were on the phone like 3 days ago. Couldn't prep us for this shit? Oh well, still so many questions that are yet to be answered, but part of me also feels like this was a play to get the word out and see what the public perception would be. Because one thing's for sure, the DGPT isn't receiving the nicest of comments. Kinda like all those people dogging the new Go Throw website. Part of me thinks this is because the news was rushed. I have no evidence to back that up. besides this feeling like a strange way to drop a tour. Unless, I don't know, the information about the clause was gaining a lot of attention, and then you make a quick video on the beach of Puerto Rico announcing some of the biggest news in years to the community in the middle of an off-season where everything sounds like it's on fire. At the end of the day, fans get more professional disc golf, the pros get additional opportunities to make money, and we can make extra videos. That's a win-win-win if I've ever heard of one. You know what's not? The stupid new rule about no more step putts. Sorry, I'm just a little heated because I can't make a 33-footer without stepping, so my game is about to go to garbage. Gonna have to start calling me Cheddar, because it's still better than Swiss and all the holes in his game. Doug Bierkes put out a statement which discusses the PDGA proposing conversations to change what defines a putt. This now being to within 20 meters instead of the 10 that make up Circle 1 as we know it. Essentially, we're talking about making it so you can't step or jump putt until you're outside of C2, or 66 feet for those that can't math like myself. Doug goes on to explain the putting distance has been the same for nearly 50 years, and that during that time, both disc and basket technology has improved. The original purpose of the rule was to reduce conflict on the course and eliminate falling throws in what was then seen as the consistently makeable putting range. Thus, 10 meters was chosen. Doug compares that intent to today's game, saying the effective putting range has dramatically expanded. He then says that currently many step and jump putts in Circle 2 are either borderline or flat out illegal. We have a couple fans that DM us pictures constantly of foot faults, and even Latitude 64 made a video about Kristen Tatar's alleged cheating. This wasn't only a problem for her, as numerous pros have gone on to say this is a struggle, or even go as far to say this is a problem that needs to be addressed. And I guess this is the governing body listening to its professionals. So for all those saying this wasn't an issue, it very obviously was. I personally like the idea of being proactive from the PDGA. It's super easy to say that players need to suck it up and make the calls. Clearly that hasn't been happening. So instead, take that out completely. I went to Instagram to gather thoughts from pros, and it didn't seem like anyone was opposed. Frankly, most agreed that something needed to be changed, or Casey White even said it was inevitable. I had a similar thought process to Gavin Babcock for the longest time because us disc golfers know how hard putting is. But go show a random person a clip of a pro missing a 40-footer and they assume it's easy, going straight to clowning on them, questioning how they could be a quote-unquote professional. I appreciate that this piece was not designed to announce any changes, but ask the members. If this change went into effect, disc golfers would have an absolute uproar. To be fair, it would be just in my eyes. Because like he said in the beginning, this has been an established part of the game for nearly 50 years. It's also important we ask ourselves, is this something we want to see in all divisions or just the pro level? Because to say putting is easy for everyone would be insane. I still can't make it to the basket flat-footed from 50 feet, but you got Gannon Burst standstilling 100-footers. A tricky spot for sure that I would like to see as much input as possible. And again, maybe this is exclusively a Pro Tour change. I've seen lots of people discussing ideas of unique size circles for each hole, which would be pretty fun, but who knows what the future might hold. Make sure to comment down below how you feel about this potential change. I also want to add that I liked when Doug cited 2 examples of other mainstream professional sports making huge changes. It just shows that even established sports are constantly looking at ways to improve, and we shouldn't be stuck in ours, just because that's how it's been done. I hate that excuse more than pretty much everything. Or, my other favorite, that's just disc golf. Gotta love it. If you made it this far in the video, make sure to drop your thoughts down below, leave a like, and subscribe to not miss out on another Discmas video tomorrow.